If you're over 65 and taking prescription medications, grapefruit may be one of the most dangerous fruits you can eat, and yet most seniors have no idea. Here's why. Grapefruit contains compounds that block a crucial liver enzyme called CYP3A4. This enzyme helps your body break down and process medications. Without it, certain drugs build up to dangerous levels in your bloodstream, and that can lead to serious side effects. Blood pressure medication, cholesterol drugs, anti-anxiety pills, pain relievers, even some antibiotics. All of these can be affected. One glass of grapefruit juice or half a grapefruit in the morning may seem harmless, but it can turn into a health disaster if you're also taking a statin, blood thinner, or heart rhythm drug. The result? Unstable heartbeats, internal bleeding, muscle breakdown, dizziness, or even hospitalization. And yet this fruit is still marketed as heart healthy. If you've ever had grapefruit at breakfast and then taken your meds afterward, you may have unknowingly pushed your drug levels higher than your doctor intended. This doesn't always cause instant symptoms, which makes it even more dangerous. The damage builds silently. Over 70% of seniors take prescription medication daily, which means this isn't a rare issue. It's a common and underestimated risk. That's why grapefruit, while rich in vitamin C, is simply not worth the danger for most older adults. So what should you do instead? Stick with safer citrus alternatives like oranges or kiwis, which deliver vitamin C without interfering with your medications. If you're unsure whether grapefruit interacts with your prescriptions, talk to your doctor or pharmacist. But until you get a clear answer, it's best to avoid it completely. Now let's move to the second fruit, and this one is even trickier. Because unlike grapefruit, it's seen as sweet, harmless, and nostalgic. But for seniors with joint pain or blood sugar issues, cherries can quietly become your worst enemy. Yes, cherries are loaded with antioxidants, but they're also high in natural sugar and acidity. And that's a big problem if you have arthritis, diabetes, or chronic inflammation. Just 1 cup of sweet cherries has nearly 20 grams of sugar. That's more than a glazed donut. If you're insulin resistant or diabetic, that sugar hits your bloodstream fast. And it doesn't stop there. Cherries, especially when dried, juiced, or cooked into syrup, lose their fiber and become even more glycemic. That can lead to post-meal crashes, energy dips, or blood sugar spikes that damage your blood vessels over time. They're also acidic, which may worsen joint pain in people with arthritis or gout. So, while cherries seem innocent, the impact they have on an aging body is anything but. Let's keep going, because the next fruit is likely in your kitchen right now. And the problem isn't sugar, it's potassium. Bananas are one of the most popular fruits in the world, and they've long been seen as the perfect snack. They're portable, cheap, rich in potassium, and promoted as heart healthy. But for older adults, especially those with weakened kidney function, heart issues, or high blood pressure, bananas can quietly become a threat. Here's why. Bananas are very high in potassium. One medium banana contains about 422 milligrams, which is great for younger, healthy individuals. But after age 60, your kidneys don't filter as efficiently. If you're also taking medications like ACE inhibitors, ARBs, or potassium-sparing diuretics, your body may struggle to eliminate excess potassium. The result? A condition called hyperkalemia, high potassium in the blood. It often goes undiagnosed until symptoms hit hard. Muscle weakness, irregular heartbeat, chest tightness, or even confusion. And the scariest part? Many seniors feel off for days or weeks without realizing a buildup is happening. Even just eating 1 or 2 bananas a day on top of a potassium-rich diet could tip the scales for someone with slow kidney clearance. Now, to be clear, bananas aren't poisonous, but they're not neutral, especially if you're managing chronic conditions. If you've had any changes in kidney function, or if you're on blood pressure medication, you need to track your potassium intake, and that includes bananas. For a safer alternative, try berries or apples, which are low in potassium and offer blood sugar support without overloading your kidneys. Now, let's look at the final fruit on the avoid list, and it's one that gets praised all the time as a healthy snack. But what most seniors don't realize is that this one can cause more harm than fresh fruit ever could. I'm talking about dried fruits, raisins, dates, cranberries, apricots, the ones sold in healthy trail mixes or tiny snack packs. Here's the issue. When fruit is dried, the water is removed, but the sugar is not. In fact, it becomes more concentrated. A handful of raisins has the same sugar as a full bunch of grapes, but none of the hydration and less of the fiber to slow absorption. That sugar hits your bloodstream hard and fast, causing dangerous spikes in blood glucose for anyone with diabetes or insulin resistance. And most seniors, even undiagnosed ones, struggle with glucose control. To make matters worse, most store-bought dried fruit is treated with added sugar, artificial preservatives like sulfites and vegetable oils, which trigger gut issues, inflammation, and energy crashes. For older adults trying to maintain stable energy, healthy digestion, or steady blood sugar, dried fruit is one of the sneakiest sources of harm. Instead of dried fruit, stick to fresh, whole fruits that retain their fiber and hydration, like apples, blueberries, or even small portions of melon. Now, let's shift gears, because not all fruits are harmful. In fact, the next section reveals 4 fruits that actively protect your heart, brain, bones, and digestion. And we'll start with the one that science says may actually help slow down memory decline. If there's one fruit every senior should be eating regularly, it's blueberries. Why? Because they don't just taste good, they protect your brain. Blueberries are rich in compounds called anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that help fight the kind of slow, invisible inflammation that damages brain cells over time. These compounds are so small they can cross the blood-brain barrier, which means they go exactly where your brain needs them most. And the results are impressive. Studies show that older adults who eat blueberries regularly experience slower cognitive decline, improved memory, and even better focus and decision-making. One study even found that seniors who consumed just 1 cup of blueberries a day showed measurable improvements in memory function after only 12 weeks. That's a small change for a major payoff. Blueberries are also low in sugar, making them safe for diabetics and anyone watching their blood glucose. Just half a cup gives you fiber, vitamin C, brain protection, and no blood sugar crash afterward. They're also great for the heart, reducing blood pressure and helping improve circulation. 2 things that directly affect your brain's ability to get oxygen and nutrients. And they're easy to add into your routine. Toss them into your morning oatmeal, mix them into a little yogurt, or eat them by the handful as a midday snack. Fresh or frozen, it doesn't matter. Both retain their brain-boosting power. Blueberries are proof that the right foods can truly protect you from age-related decline. Next up, a fruit that may not boost memory, but definitely protects your heart, lowers cholesterol, and supports digestion, all in one crisp, familiar bite. Let's talk about apples. There's a reason the saying, "an apple a day keeps the doctor away," still exists. Apples are rich in soluble fiber, especially pectin, which binds to cholesterol in your digestive system and helps carry it out before it can enter your bloodstream. That makes apples a natural cholesterol reducer, no statin required. And for seniors who struggle with digestion, that same fiber helps prevent constipation, a common problem that many people don't talk about. The added benefit? Stable blood sugar and improved fullness, which can help with weight control and blood pressure. But there's more. The quercetin found in apple skins has been shown to reduce inflammation and even support lung health. That's especially helpful for seniors with asthma, allergies, or chronic respiratory issues. The best part? Apples are easy to eat, easy to find, and affordable. You don't need to juice them or bake them into anything. Just eat 1 whole apple a day, preferably with the skin. And your heart, gut, and waistline will thank you. Up next, a fruit that's high in fat. Yes, fat, but that very fat might be the secret to stronger bones, better joints, and a sharper mind. Let's talk about avocados. Avocados aren't sweet, they don't come in bright colors, and you won't find them in a typical fruit salad. But for seniors over 65, this fruit might be one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can eat. Let's start with what makes them special: healthy fat. Avocados are packed with monounsaturated fats, the kind that helps reduce bad cholesterol, protect your heart, and support your brain. Unlike the unhealthy fats found in processed food, the fats in avocado actually improve blood flow, including to the brain, where they help sharpen memory and preserve cognitive function. They also fight inflammation. That means if you suffer from arthritis, joint pain, or stiffness, adding avocado to your diet could help reduce pain naturally. No pills required. But the benefits go even deeper. Avocados are one of the best sources of vitamin K, which plays a critical role in maintaining bone strength. As we age, bone density drops. falls become more dangerous. But vitamin K helps improve calcium absorption and reduce the risk of fractures, something every senior should take seriously. You'll also get a dose of potassium, folate, vitamin E, and lutein. Those nutrients support blood pressure, brain health, vision, and immune function. They help regulate your heartbeat, reduce stroke risk, and protect against macular degeneration, the leading cause of age-related blindness. And unlike most fruits, avocados are very low in sugar and high in fiber, which supports digestion and helps you feel full longer. That makes them a perfect food for anyone managing diabetes or weight. So how do you use them? Easy. Spread avocado on whole grain toast, slice half into your salad, mash it up with lemon and garlic for a fresh guacamole. You don't need much. Even half an avocado a day is enough to deliver brain, bone, and heart support. And while most fruits give you quick sugars and light hydration, avocado gives you what your body really needs at this stage of life: deep cellular nourishment. Now, let's look at the fourth fruit you should eat regularly. It's soft, tropical, and often overlooked. But if you struggle with bloating, reflux, joint inflammation, or immune issues, this fruit might be your best friend. Let's talk about papaya, a gentle, natural healer for your gut and your joints. Because when digestion slows and inflammation rises, papaya gives your body exactly what it needs to recover, rebalance, and restore. Papaya is one of the most underrated healing fruits for seniors. It's soft, it's sweet, and it does something that few other fruits can. It actively supports your digestion and calms inflammation, two major issues for people over 65. Let's start with digestion. As we age, our bodies produce fewer digestive enzymes. That means meals that were once easy to enjoy now leave you feeling bloated, heavy, or uncomfortable. Over time, this can lead to poor nutrient absorption, irregular bowel movements, and even increased reliance on laxatives or antacids. Papaya contains a natural enzyme called papain, which helps break down proteins in your food. This makes it easier for your stomach and intestines to do their job. If you've ever felt like food just sits there after a meal, papaya can help move things along, gently and naturally. This is especially helpful for seniors on multiple medications, many of which can slow digestion or irritate the gut. Adding papaya to your daily routine can bring back that sense of balance and eliminate the discomfort that often creeps in after meals. But that's not all. Papaya is loaded with vitamin C, vitamin A, and vitamin E, three antioxidants that help reduce inflammation throughout the body. Whether you're dealing with arthritis, immune challenges, or heart concerns, these nutrients help calm the fire inside. Papaya also provides beta-carotene and lycopene, which protect your cells from oxidative stress, the slow cellular damage that leads to chronic disease and faster aging. And unlike acidic fruits that can worsen reflux, papaya is low acid and soothing, making it ideal for people who suffer from GERD or heartburn. It can calm your system instead of triggering it. Even better, it requires no cooking, no peeling, and no prep beyond slicing it open. It's soft enough for sensitive teeth or dentures and hydrating enough to support bowel regularity, another major concern for older adults. Just half to 1 cup a day can make a difference in how you feel, not just in your stomach, but in your joints, your mood, and your energy. Pair it with a bit of lime juice or sprinkle with cinnamon, and you've got a tropical superfood that supports almost every system in your aging body. And now that you know which fruits to avoid and which ones to embrace, the next question is this: how do you put it all together into a simple daily routine that works for your life, your medications, and your long-term health goals? Because information is only powerful when it turns into action. And the truth is, most seniors don't need a diet overhaul. They need a few consistent shifts made with intention. So in the next part, we'll show you how to build a fruit routine that protects your brain, heart, bones, and gut without fear, confusion, or guesswork. Now that you know which fruits to avoid and which to prioritize, let's talk about what a typical day could look like when you put this into practice. Because you don't need to obsess over food. You just need to be consistent with small, smart choices. Let's start with breakfast. Skip the grapefruit. Skip the fruit-flavored yogurt loaded with added sugar. Instead, try this. Half cup of blueberries stirred into unsweetened Greek yogurt or oatmeal. Sprinkle with ground flaxseed or chia for added fiber and omega-3s. Optional: a few slices of banana if your doctor has approved your potassium levels. This simple breakfast protects your brain, stabilizes blood sugar, and keeps you feeling full. Mid-morning snack: reach for a crisp apple with the skin on. Pair it with a tablespoon of almond butter for healthy fat and blood sugar balance. This gives your heart fiber, keeps your gut moving, and doesn't spike insulin like dried fruit or fruit juice would. For lunch, aim for a heart-healthy plate, leafy greens, lean protein, and avocado slices on the side. You'll get anti-inflammatory fats, potassium, and brain support without the sugar crash. Mid-afternoon is when many seniors grab a snack. Here's what to avoid: fruit juice, trail mix, dried apricots, or even healthy granola bars with fruit syrup inside. Instead, try a few cubes of fresh papaya. It soothes digestion, helps your body process your earlier meals, and supports your joints with vitamin C and enzymes. And for dessert or after-dinner cravings, skip the baked goods, skip the candied cherries or frozen banana treats. Instead, try a fruit bowl with blueberries, sliced apple, and a few cubes of avocado. Add a dash of cinnamon, and you've got something naturally sweet, supportive, and satisfying. What's most important is not just what you eat, but how consistently you eat it. When you give your body the same healing fruits daily, it starts to respond. Your digestion steadies, your memory sharpens, your energy lasts longer, your pain may even fade. But when you go back and forth, fresh fruit one day, dried sugary snacks the next, your body gets confused, inflamed, and unbalanced again. So start with the 4 power fruits: blueberries, apples, avocado, papaya, and eliminate the hidden troublemakers: grapefruit, cherries, bananas, dried fruits. The goal isn't to be perfect, the goal is to protect the health you've worked so hard to maintain with every bite. Up next, let's dig deeper into why these changes matter so much after 65, and how your aging body handles fruit differently than it did when you were younger. Because the way we eat needs to evolve, just like we do. By the time we reach 65, our bodies have already changed in more ways than we realize, and that includes how we process even the most natural foods, like fruit. When you were younger, your body could handle sugar spikes better. Your kidneys filtered potassium more efficiently, your digestive enzymes were stronger, and your metabolism bounced back after a heavy snack or indulgent meal. But now, blood sugar regulation is more fragile. Kidneys work more slowly. Nerve function can be compromised, and the gut lining becomes more sensitive to acidity, preservatives, and processed sugar. This is why foods that once felt harmless or even healthy can now trigger inflammation, brain fog, digestive problems, and blood pressure swings. Let's take dried fruit as an example. A 30-year-old might eat a handful and burn through that sugar quickly. But for a 70-year-old with slower insulin response and mild insulin resistance, that same snack can cause a glucose spike, an energy crash, and increased strain on the kidneys and arteries, often without any obvious symptoms. Or consider grapefruit. In your 40s, it might have been fine. But now, as your medication list grows, that same fruit can interfere with drug metabolism and push your blood pressure or heart rate to dangerous levels, simply because your liver can't keep up the way it used to. That's not a sign of weakness. It's just reality. Your body is doing its best, but it needs your help. And the best way to support it is to match your diet to your age. That doesn't mean giving up fruit altogether. It means choosing fruits that work with your body, not against it. Fruits that are low in sugar, high in antioxidants, gentle on the kidneys, supportive of digestion, and naturally anti-inflammatory. This is where blueberries, apples, avocado, and papaya shine. They nourish without overloading. They restore instead of disrupt. They match the needs of a body that's entering a new phase, one that values stability, balance, and cellular protection more than sugar highs or fruit trends. It's not about being restrictive, it's about being smarter. Because the better you eat now, the better your brain, bones, and heart will feel next month, next year, even a decade from now. In the next section, we'll show you how to shop smarter, how to identify deceptive packaging, avoid hidden sugar bombs, and choose the best fruit options at the grocery store, even on a budget. Because real health starts in the cart before it ever makes it to your plate. Navigating the grocery store can feel overwhelming, especially when nearly every label screams natural, heart healthy, or no sugar added. But if you're over 65, you need to be more than a shopper. You need to be a label detective. Let's start with dried fruit. Avoid anything that says sweetened, fruit juice infused, or lightly coated in canola or sunflower oil. All of these are red flags. Added sugar and oil don't belong in fruit. They turn a healthy snack into a pro-inflammatory sugar bomb, one that spikes your glucose and clogs your system with unnecessary fat. Even if the package says no added sugar, flip it over and check the ingredients. If it lists concentrated fruit juice, syrups, or preservatives like sulfur dioxide, put it back. Instead, look for unsweetened dried fruit if you absolutely must have it, and even then, limit the portion to just a tablespoon or two, not a handful. Now, let's talk about fruit juices. Even the ones labeled 100% juice are often just concentrated sugar with little to no fiber. Your body absorbs that sugar immediately, which is the last thing a senior with even mild insulin resistance needs. An 8-ounce glass of orange juice has more sugar than a candy bar, and none of the fiber to slow it down. If you're thirsty, stick with water, herbal teas, or fruit-infused water with slices of lemon, cucumber, or fresh berries. Now for the fresh produce aisle, where labels aren't shouting at you. Here's what to choose. Blueberries. Fresh or frozen, both are great. Apples. Look for organic if possible, since they're often on the dirty dozen list. Papayas. Go for orange-fleshed, fully ripe ones for maximum enzyme benefit. Avocados. Choose firm but slightly soft to the touch. They ripen quickly at home. And when you see fruits that didn't make the danger list, just ask yourself, is it high in sugar, high in acid, high in potassium, dried or fresh? If the answer checks multiple red flags, skip it or eat in moderation. One final trick: shop with a short list. Go in with intention. Don't just grab what looks good, grab what works for your body. Because every fruit you eat can either help you heal or make your next doctor visit more complicated. The good news is, when you stick to the right ones and eliminate the dangerous ones, the difference shows up fast. More energy, less pain, better digestion, sharper thinking. And in the final part of this video, we'll tie everything together with a plan you can start using today. Let's pull everything together into a simple, sustainable routine you can actually follow without overthinking, overspending, or second-guessing. Because knowing what to eat is one thing. Actually making it a part of your life? That's where the real change happens. Here's your daily fruit routine, optimized for people over 65. Breakfast. Add 1/2 cup of blueberries to your oatmeal or plain Greek yogurt. Optional, sprinkle with chia seeds for extra fiber and omega-3s. Avoid orange juice, banana smoothies, or toast with fruit jam. Morning snack if needed. Eat a crisp apple with the skin on. Pair it with a tablespoon of almond butter or a handful of walnuts. Avoid raisins, dried cranberries, or fruit and nut bars with added sugar. Lunch. Include sliced avocado with your salad, wrap, or plate. Combine it with leafy greens, olive oil, and lean protein. Avoid pre-made salads with mandarin oranges or sweet dressings. Afternoon snack. Enjoy 1/2 cup of fresh papaya with a squeeze of lime. This helps digestion, calms inflammation, and won't spike your blood sugar. Avoid sweetened fruit cups or dried apricots. Dinner. Stick to your regular meal. Just skip dessert fruits like mango, pineapple, or canned fruit. If you want something sweet later, go back to a few blueberries or apple slices. Now, here's your fruit checklist to print and stick to your fridge. Eat these often. Blueberries, apples with skin, avocados, papaya. Avoid these or eat with caution. Grapefruit, if on medications. Cherries, especially sweetened or dried. Bananas, especially if managing potassium. Dried fruit of any kind, unless unsweetened and in very small portions. By making these swaps, you're not just avoiding sugar or managing potassium. You're feeding your brain, protecting your heart, supporting your bones, and healing your gut. You're making choices that respect how your body works now, not how it worked 20 years ago. And best of all, these are changes you can feel good about. Because you're still eating real food, still enjoying sweet, satisfying flavors, just without the hidden dangers that most seniors never get warned about. So the next time you reach for a piece of fruit, ask yourself, is this healing me or harming me? That one question can change your health trajectory completely. If this helped you, hit the like button and subscribe. We post daily videos that help seniors live longer, stronger, and healthier lives using natural strategies that work. Start with the right fruit and everything else will follow.